in Lewiston, Maine, the deadliest so far this year with at least 18 fatalities and an estimated 13 injured. Authorities are looking for any help locating this man, 40-year-old Robert Card. He's wanted for murder, and police consider him armed and dangerous.
Police are currently searching for a Robert R. Card, 4/4 of 1983 of Bowdoin. Card is considered armed and dangerous. He is a person of interest, however, and that's what we'll label him at moving forward until that changes. If people see him, they should not approach Card or make contact with him in any way.
On Thursday morning, police issued an arrest warrant for Robert Card for 8 counts of murder, but that number may climb as more victims are identified. Now, these types of breaking stories are always evolving as we uncover new information, but here's everything we know right now about this deadly rampage and the man wanted for questioning. On Wednesday night, a man opened fire with an assault rifle at 2 separate locations, the Schmenge's Bar and Grill and Spare Time Recreation, a bowling alley located about 4 miles away from that restaurant. The first shots were reported around 7:15 p.m. at the bowling alley. An eyewitness didn't even know what was happening when he first heard shots ring out.
Out of nowhere, he just came in and there was a loud pop. Thought it was a balloon. I had my back turned to the door. And as soon as I turned and saw that it was not a balloon, he was holding a weapon, I just booked it down the lane, and I slid basically into where the pins are and climbed up in the machine and was on top of the machines for about 10 minutes until the cops got there.
A youth bowling league was meeting at Spare Time, and one mother recounted the harrowing ordeal, telling ABC News that she laid on top of her 10-year-old daughter while gunfire rained down. Police Colonel William Ross said at a press conference Thursday that 7 bodies were recovered at Spare Time Recreation, 1 female and 6 males. The ages and names of these victims weren't revealed by law enforcement, but some of the families have since begun coming forward. One of those victims was a beloved grandfather and a youth bowling coach. 76-year-old Bob Violette lost his life in the mass shooting, according to his family. His daughter-in-law told the Portland Press Herald he wouldn't let you walk out the door without giving him a hug and a kiss on the cheek. 53-year-old Trisha Azalin has also been identified. She appears to be the sole female victim at Spare Time, where she worked as a part-time employee. Her brother told CNN that Trisha was shot while trying to call 911. Following the incident at the bowling alley, police say the shooter then got in his car and drove to the second location, Schmenge's Bar and Grill, where he opened fire once again. Police say an additional 8 fatalities were discovered at the restaurant. 7 males were shot, and they were killed inside, and 1 victim, another male, was found outside. Again, their identities were not disclosed. Shortly after the massacre, Lewiston Police Department released a social media bulletin directing locals to stay off the roads as they responded to this active shooter situation. Now, these images were released by authorities showing a white male with brown hair and a scruffy beard wearing dark pants and a light brown hoodie. These photos were taken from a security camera at the bowling alley, and it sees the man holding a semi-automatic firearm as he prowled around the front of the building. The high-powered AR-15 style rifle appeared to have a scope on top. Now, there has been a lot of confusion about the number of fatalities and injuries from this shooting. High estimates initially put the number of deaths at 22, with some 50 injured, but those figures have since been reduced. In a press conference, the governor of Maine, Janet Mills, confirmed that the death toll was 18, with 13 injured.
I'm profoundly saddened to stand before you today to report that 18 people lost their lives and 13 people injured in last night's attacks.
According to police, 7 people were killed at the bowling alley and 8 at the bar and grill, making it a total of 15 fatalities there. 3 more later succumbed to their injuries at the hospital. Dr. John Alexander, the chief medical officer at Central Maine Healthcare, told CNN their facility admitted 15 injured patients from the shooting who all came in within the same 45-minute period. And of those 15, 3 have died from their injuries so far, 5 are in stable condition, and 3 others are in critical condition. According to Dr. Alexander, the others were either discharged or transferred to another area hospital. One of the victims that we know is in critical condition is 23-year-old Justin Karcher. His mother told the Washington Post that he's currently on a ventilator. Now, the biggest fear we have right now is the risk of more incidents. As police have said, the suspected shooter is considered armed and dangerous, and to make matters worse, he's in the wind. On Wednesday night, the Lewiston Police Department issued a shelter-in-place order, which, as of Thursday morning, was still in place and had even expanded into the surrounding areas. Schools as far away as 35 miles were closed Thursday out of an abundance of caution while the shooter was still on the loose. A spokesperson for Maine Department of Public Safety asked residents to, quote, please stay off the streets and allow law enforcement to defuse the situation. Police first identified 40-year-old Robert Card as a person of interest in a police bulletin released not long after the shootings. Card is from a suburb of Lewiston, Maine, and that town is currently on lockdown. According to police, Card worked as an Army Reserve firearms specialist assigned to a training facility in the state. He studied engineering at the University of Maine. Now, he had reportedly lost his job at the base just recently, but prior to that was considered highly skilled with weapons. A former colleague told CNN that Card was one of the best shooters in that Army Reserve unit. A U.S. official told the AP that in July, military personnel became alarmed when Card began behaving erratically and sent him to be evaluated by police. Now, this is around the same time that law enforcement says he's believed to have spent time in a mental health facility. In a statewide bulletin, authorities said that he was allegedly committed to the facility for 2 weeks this summer after reporting that he was hearing voices and making threats to shoot the National Guard base in Saco, Maine. His family reported similar concerning behavior. Katie Card, Robert's sister-in-law, told the Daily Beast that he had previously claimed that he was hearing voices, quote, bashing him at both the bowling alley and the bar. Those were the two shooting locations. She said, quote, he's quiet, but the most loving, hardworking, and kind person that I know. But in the past year, he had an acute episode of mental health, and it's been a struggle. An ex-coworker echoed that sentiment to CNN, saying that he was a nice guy who never made any trouble. Now, Card's family has reportedly been aiding law enforcement in trying to get the wanted man to turn himself over to police. In a text message to CNN, his brother Brian Card said, quote, the police have been given anything that we can offer to facilitate their efforts. There are many people hurting out there. Please focus on them. This is many people's worst nightmare. A multi-state effort is now underway to apprehend the suspect with the help of the FBI and the ATF. Maine Public Safety Commissioner Mike Sashuk said in a press conference, quote, we have literally hundreds of police officers working around the state of Maine to investigate this case to locate Mr. Card. One of the main concerns was allowing Card to get out of the state. Police in neighboring New Hampshire and Massachusetts were all called in to put up roadblocks in the hopes of confining him in Maine. Cops are running down all leads, hoping to apprehend Card before anyone else gets hurt. Police released an image to the public of Card's vehicle, a white Subaru hatchback seen here with its door ajar. They located the car at around 11:30 p.m. near a boat dock. Daily Mail exclusively obtained marine records showing that Card registered a 2019 C2 jet ski in his name early this summer. The police are now investigating the possibility that he may have fled in the water. They sent SWAT teams to scour the Androscoggin River. There were also reports that Card was seen crossing into Massachusetts in a blue Chevy Suburban with Maine plates. A man dressed in camo gear was also spotted on Thursday morning trying to dodge a police helicopter in Maine. Daily Mail obtained police scanner audio saying that the man was spotted on Ridge Road in Monmouth. However, it's unclear if that man is Card. This all really just illustrates how difficult